What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Return of the Athlete. My name is Paul Klingen, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through judgment Jiu Jitsu. And this is gonna be something that you can utilize if you are trying to take a break from drinking, if you're trying to eat healthier, if you're trying to work out, and your coworkers want you to go to happy hour. Ultimately, this is gonna be 3 different things that you can go through in terms of a process so that you can absorb what you perceive as judgment, spin it off to the side, deflect it, and ultimately get away and go and do what you actually want to do and not have to deal with what you think you're dealing with or what potentially may be judgment. Judgment Jiu Jitsu. First, to lay the groundwork, Jiu Jitsu is a martial art. It is a defensive martial art. You don't run out in the streets and try and go Jiu Jitsu people. You use it as a form of self-defense. And so when I'm saying judgment Jiu Jitsu, this is how you can defend yourself without actually going out and attacking other people, and that's one of the big principles within this. So the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, is this true? Is it true? And what you're trying to do here is you're trying to identify, is this actually judgment? Is someone actually coming and peer pressuring me? Is someone actually saying something? Or am I just projecting that out of my own head and creating this anxiety that isn't actually there? And so let's say you go sit down and it's a brunch and everyone's ordering drinks and you feel all of this pressure. Oh my gosh, I need to order a drink, otherwise everyone's gonna judge me. Is that actually true? Or are you actually just making that up in your head? Another thing that I find really helpful with this question is to even ask yourself the opposite of it and get around this question, this belief. What if the opposite was true? What if there's people next to me? What if there's people that actually don't want to go to this happy hour with work? What if there's actually people who are also trying to eat healthy? And by you saying, oh no, I don't want to, you give them permission to go and do that same thing. So when I say, is it true? And when you're asking yourself, is it true? You're really trying to get down to like the root of what is actually happening, the situation, what is being said. Let's say there is a situation where it is 100% true. Someone says, hey, why aren't you drinking? I want you to drink. Drink. Peer pressure, yada, yada. Next, what you want to go and do is deflect. So let me ask you a question. If you were pregnant or someone that you were with is pregnant and someone says, hey, Sally, why aren't you drinking? And you say, oh, I would, but I'm pregnant. All of a sudden, the judgment or the perceived desire or expectation of drinking is like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. So what you want to do in this situation is not come in with a jiu-jitsu attack. And if someone says, why aren't you drinking, go and attack them. Oh, because I'm morally superior and because I know better than you, or because I'm trying to do this holier than thou BS. No, you want to absorb and deflect, very much like jiu-jitsu. I'm not running around the street looking for who I can go in jiu-jitsu. If someone attacks me, I'm gonna try and absorb that, deflect that, and then I might use their momentum into some sort of counter, but that's more wrestling and everything else. So deflect. Ultimately, what you're doing here is you're saying, oh, I would, but this is my reason for not. And there can be as simple as because I said no, and that's all that needs to be. Or you can come up with a mission-based reason as to why you're not. So because you want to be a good mother, that is a good mission. That is a good reason. I would drink, but I don't want to give my child alcohol fetal syndrome or whatever it's called. Or you could say, all right, I would drink, but I have a big project at work tomorrow. I need to make sure that I can get up early for that and prepare for the presentation. Is that true? Yes, no, doesn't matter. You could say, oh, I would, but I'm training for a marathon. I'm training for a race. I'm training for this big thing that's gonna require me to eat healthy, to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, I would drink, but ultimately I need to go and pick up my grandma from the airport and I gotta be able to drive. Again, does it need to be true? Yes, no, maybe. But ultimately what you're doing is you're saying, oh yeah, like I would, let me spin this and deflect that into something that ultimately becomes tame, and then they're eventually gonna give up because at the end of the day, no one really cares what you're doing. They're more concerned with themselves. So number 2, deflect. Never come out of attack. You always wanna just deflect. I would, absorb it, spin, and they're gonna land with an aimless blow. Now, next, create space. Now, let's say there is someone that just wants to see the world burn.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Some people just want to see the world burn. You get a joker, you get someone who's really drunk at a bar, you get just some asshole coworker, some friend who you thought was a friend but are actually making you feel really terrible for the decisions that you're making. Ultimately, you want to create space. The best way to win a fight is to not get into one. If I can separate myself in a bar fight situation, I'm gonna do that 100 times out of 100 because there are no winners when people go to blows. Unless you're in the UFC and you're actually professionally doing this, there's no winning if you get into an argument with someone, if you get into an argument with a coworker or a friend on who's morally superior, on whose science is better, on who's cooler. That's stupid. Just create space. And so this could mean you just going to a different part of the party. This could mean you distancing yourself from that friend for a little while. This could be you just getting away from that situation where someone just continues to hammer, why not, why not, why not? Drink, 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 take a shot, eat this pizza, whatever it is that you don't want to do. Create space, move yourself away from that situation. And this is exactly what you would do in a situation if someone is wanting to fight you. There is no winning when you go and blow to blow with someone. And so judgment jiu-jitsu is just simply the process of, all right, is this actually someone saying something or is this all in my head? Identify that first. Then from there, deflect. Humor is a great way to deflect. Agreeing with them is a great way to deflect. Confusing them is a great way to deflect. No one's actually out to get you. If they are chasing you down, trying to make you take a shot, then that might just be a situation where you need to create space. You need to create space in the friendship, coworker, or just get away from them because they're drunk and you need 10 feet away. Everything's going to diffuse at that point. Diffuse, and that is the 3-step judgment jiu-jitsu. If you want some tactical ways to go and have non-alcoholic drinks or take breaks away from drinking, check out my video here. 5 non-alcoholic drinks are gonna be my go-tos when I'm taking a break. Things that you can have so that people won't come and pester you, so that you can deflect. Sometimes having good camouflage and not standing out is a great way to not have to deal with the annoying people that are just pestering you and judging you. If you got any questions, leave them below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone, subscribe. I'd love to see you in the next video of Return at the Athlete. I'll catch you on the next episode.